Good morning, everybody. I was just about to start this video and I'm wearing my reading glasses, which I don't need unless I'm reading, and I'm obviously not reading here, so I'm going to take them off. And then Spirit said to me, no, keep them on for a second, because that's what you're going to talk about. Clearing the lens of distortion. That is what I'm here to talk about, just briefly. Last night I had this beautiful view, or this beautiful realization, shall we say, and I want to put it as clear and as precise as I can without waffling, but basically I saw last night, let's just say there's been a battle, and a continued battle between the sexes. There's a huge battle between the sexes, and I've always kind of classed myself, more so recently in recent years, as a bit of a feminist. And I don't particularly like labels, but that is to say that I like to fight for allowing or showing up or being the essence of a full feminine, in her power, in her essence, in her confidence, in her love, in her divinity, in her wisdom, in her joy, in her grief, in her tears, in her emotions, in her voice, in all that she is. And because I've had the opposite of that, and this is something else, everything is just beautiful. Because we have the opposite of that sometimes, and the word that I want to use is because we're living in a distorted, inverted world, we are often presented with things that are not as they are or as they should be, in perfection, in everything is perfect. We are perfect, you're perfect. We are made perfect in love. And we are born in love, and we don't ever die, but we leave this world in love. And we enter into the next realms, or that this continued, like it's all happening at once. It's all a bit of a beautiful divine dance. But what I was shown last night is this world that we live in, the trees, the birds, the societies, the things that we've created as mankind, have been predominantly man-focused, as in the male sex focused, that men have been in power and men have done this, blah, blah, blah. And women have had to rise up against that, almost to a point where we're not in the right energy because we had to fight for it. And we've almost stepped into our masculine energy rather than this beautiful balance that should be taking place. Last night I saw truth. I saw truth. And when truth fell on this distortion or this inverted world, there was a beautiful balance between masculine and feminine. And I've always seen myself as a mother energy, as somebody that gives. I'm always giving to people. And recently, Spirit's been saying, no, take for yourself and allow people to give to you. And that was a strange concept for me. I remember not too long ago, Spirit said to me, let them love you. Let people love you. Let people tell you they love you. Let people express how much you mean to them, how much your words mean to them. Let them love you, because when you allow people to love you, what they're really loving about you is me, God, love, divine source love, through what you're expressing, through channeling, through my words, my body, my very essence, is in fact, I hope most of the time, a channel of what I feel is God. So Spirit challenged me and said, let people love you. And last night I saw divine love, perfection, the truth of how things were created and meant to be. And it was so different to how generally we are operating in this world. And I saw that men, in their pureness, if there's no pain or no hurt, want to give. Men want to give. And women, in their pureness and in divine love, there's no protection, and they are able to receive. Yet we haven't had that play out at all. And we might get glimpses of it. And I think at a soul core level, we know this, which is why women are like, hey, this is wrong. Like, you need to be more like this. I need to be, because we know where we're supposed to be. And we know that there's a distortion playing out on this planet. And I don't know, I prayed last night that in seeing truth, that I would embody truth. And it's not to, I was seeing how the distortion looks, and I was seeing particular individuals, and I was seeing particular communities and things that were distorted in the way that we are operating. But it wasn't for me to then go and point the finger and say, hey, that's a distortion, you need to change this and you need to change that, and you need to get down off your high horse and put a woman in that position. Even if that was the actual answer, it wasn't about me pointing the finger. It was about, how can I bring less distortion, and how can I bring truth? And Spirit said to me, by being it. Be it. And then the focus was back on me, and I was like, how can I be that? How can I flip the distortion that is taking place? And I was told to allow myself to receive, to be in a receptive energy, to let people love on you, to let people give to you, it was particularly the masculine, like allow the masculine to give to the feminine. Because when they're in a healed state, when we are in a healed state, that's kind of how we operate. You know, if you look at, are we allowed to say the SEX word? The man gives and the woman receives. And our energies are built that way too. And I was seeing, if we allow truth like a veil to fall upon this distortion, women have such a role of healing, such a role of beautiful leadership, such a role of empowerment to the masculine and to the world, not just to those two polar opposites, but there's so much more that needs to shift. But not in a, hey, look at us, you've pushed us down, angry. But we've had to fight, we've had to say that. Yes, we've had to speak that out. We can wreck that, but that's just recognition. But actually how we put things back into their rightful place is by understanding it and having somebody else that's healed, or other people that are healed and have done the work, so that we're operating in the Christ conscious, the correct manner. And it's like Stranger Things, you've got the upside down world. This world's inverted and distorted. And there are many of us waking up now to see and to feel, oh, this is how I'm supposed to feel. This is how, if the hurt is taken away and I'm now in a receptive energy, I can step into my power as a woman and give back from that place of reception, receiving, because I know that I'm safe, and I know that I'm not doing it out of the wrong energy. I'm not doing it from here. It's from here. I'm operating from my heart space. I'm operating in a place of my true essence. Very hard to explain, but I just wanted to kind of just gently allude to that today. And if that kind of resonates with you, then drop me a message or something, because I really feel that my purpose is starting to unravel, but from a place of allowing myself to be vulnerable and to receive, and taking down those layers of protection where things have gone wrong and I felt like I've had to be all up in my masculine and all up in my ooh. And there's a place for that too, but yeah, let me know what you think about that. It's divine love, essentially. We need to love each other more. Love each other enough to let ourselves be exactly who we're meant to be. Love you guys.